Okay, so a Cancer that I met, I'm not gonna go ahead and say her name, but she suggested that whenever it is that I go ahead and I have one of these type of talks, that it's really best for me to explain myself. So that's what it is I'm gonna do. So okay, so here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. Here's the deal. There's some things that has to be talked about, stuff like this, before I get into the reading. A lot of people come to me, right? And a lot of my customers, right, my value customers, they come to me and they want some sort of spell work done or some sort of tarot reading done, and they're preoccupied with whether or not the karma is going to fall back on them. I've already covered this before in one of my couple of thousands of videos, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and explain this even further, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and make it plain so that, sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and make it plain so that it's very, very, very easy to understand. Karma doesn't exist. You know, a lot of people tend to have this perception that karma is gonna go ahead, it's gonna get them back. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead in this video and prove that karma doesn't exist. So karma, okay, doesn't exist, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and prove it. It doesn't exist because number one, you're a multi-universal person. And what I mean by that is that we all exist on, or you know, a lot of us exist on multiversal level, right? We exist on multiple universes at the same time. This is quantum physics now, okay? This is not some mumbo jumbo that I'm talking to you about or whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and post the proof in the comment section. Yeah, in the comment section. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not this good. So you exist on multiple universes. What's happening here is that the whole goal of yourself existing on a 3D level, the way that you are physically in the universe that you exist in here, like this, as how you see me, the cards and everything like that, is to evolve past this level, to exist on this level on one aspect, but to also move past this level and to exist and observe other other universes and other multiple aspects of yourself, right? Because I just said that you were a multiversal being, right? This again, I'm not making this stuff up. This is science. If you don't believe me, I'm gonna put the link in the comment section. I'm not making this up. This is quantum physics. So what's going on here is the reason why it is that people think that karma exists is because of religion. I've been saying this a million times. And religion tends to be dogmatic. Now, I'm not knocking religion per se, but it tends to be dogmatic because it's more superstitious than it is scientific. The word science means to know. It means to do research. It means to actually have an understanding of what you're talking about. That's what science is. Superstition means bias based upon emotionalism. It means, and don't worry, I'm getting to the point. Don't worry. This has to have some sort of, I'm laying the brick. The reason why it is that it's superstitious to think that karma exists or to have this perception is because it's very dogmatic. And what dogma or superstition is that it's essentially a lack of knowledge that you have and fear of that lack of knowledge that you have. But a lot of the times you may be too scared to actually go out and find out about what you're talking about and experience what you want to know. That's where science comes in. Science is those people who dare to actually find out more about the mysteries of themselves and their existence that they live in. So what am I saying? So what I'm saying is I'm explaining the difference as to why karma is such, it has such a negative or such a negatively ominous perspective on it. Now karma doesn't exist because the universe, right? And when I and see, that's another thing too that people got to stop doing. What I was talking about a couple of days ago, I was when I was saying that some of these tarot readers and stuff like this, they shouldn't be doing this, is because they should be stepping their game up constantly for y'all, right? It's like it's not enough to just talk about karma. You have to actually explain to people what karma is. What's up? You have to explain to people what karma is. And the thing is that this is what karma is. Karma is nothing, right? But it's a short-term sense because it's nothing but your own self. Remember, I was just talking about how you're multiversal. Pay attention. Karma is nothing but your own self on another universal level, giving your own self on another universal level problems to solve. That's all it is. So, what am I saying? What I'm saying is that if, for instance, let me go ahead and give you an example. Let me go ahead and give you an example. I get a lot of nonsense in my life, right? Still do. Not as terrible and restricting as it was when I was a teenager or a kid, but I still get a lot of nonsense. I still get a lot of delays, right? But I have to come up with answers to those particular problems that I have. And guess what happens? The more nonsense that comes to me, you, right? The more nonsense that comes to me, i.e., you, and I solve those problems, right? However, I solve them in a functional way, not a dysfunctional one, in a functional way. What happens? What happens then is that I take another quantum leap. And guess what happens? The universe gives you another problem to solve. Let me go ahead and give you another example. Haven't y'all ever realized, like, I don't know if this is just me, but haven't y'all ever realized that when you solve one problem, another problem comes up? The reason why it is that it's like that is because that's built into the very fabric of the universe. And what I mean by the universe is you and your immediate surroundings. So the thing, thank you. So the thing is that that's why it is that you exist like that. When you solve one problem, another problem comes up. It's for you to that's in your immediate surroundings, that is, right? It's for you to solve that problem. And if you can solve that problem, then you get smarter, you get better, you get you get rewarded. Some shape, form, or fashion, you get rewarded. Karma doesn't exist like that. Even the bad things that most people, because the thing is that people like don't worry, I know. People like good karma, but they are so scared of terrible karma. And if you're worrying about terrible karma, what's going to happen is that you're not going to understand that it's your own self quantumly testing yourself. There is no other nonsensical nonsense testing you that no. The devil, trust me when I tell you, the devil doesn't exist. Trust me when I tell you that. Okay? He exists only within you because the devil is your ego. So the cards that I come up with are the Page of Coins, the Three of Spears, the Seven of Swords, the Two of Coins, the Nine of Coins, the Hangman, the Wheel of Fortune, the Star, the Four of Cups, and the Judgment. So what I'm seeing here for the Aquarians is, okay, so, okay, so this is kind of very similar to the Pisces reading. But this is more so about how this person who I was talking about yesterday, right? They're gonna go ahead in the next couple of days. You're gonna see they're gonna go ahead and try to make. They're gonna go ahead and try to come back to you, and speak with you again, and try to see if the decision that you made is tried and true or not. Now, the Two of Cups and the King of Spears represents how you may be telling them the truth, that you really don't necessarily want them like that, and they have to accept that. Now, the Ace of Coins and the Seven of Coins, right, represents how it is that a lot of you Aquarians, though, this person is going to be willing to even share some of even money, or like give you gifts and stuff like this. Now, again, Aquarius, if you know you don't really like them, I suggest you really don't really even interact with them, because they're so smitten by you, Aquarius, to the point where they're not really listening to anything that you're saying to them. They're really more so looking at the outer shell. So the Queen of Spears and the King of Swords represents how you have to let them go, right? And sever ties with them. That's the reason why is that the King of Swords has a sword in his hand. Well, one of the reasons why. But you have to sever ties with them, right? In the context of this particular reading, because if you don't, then they're going to just uptick the gift giving. Even after you told them that you're not interested, they're going to do it again even more, and they're going to ramp it up. So that's pretty much it, guys. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Got to get up on out of here before the battery dies. Peace.